weekend all of your Met games. If you guys haven't seen our show, you guys can always share, like, and subscribe to our channels for more information. We give you everything New York Mets has to offer. If you guys like to see today's game, we got two games, but we are going to be playing one on our website. We have the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals, and we have the New York Mets versus Miami. These are two split games. These are two split games for today's matchup. We got Tyler McGill on the mound for the New York Mets with the Washington Nationals game. And we got Mackenzie Gore for the Washington Nationals. That game starts at 1:05. And then we got the Miami Marlins and the New York Mets. We got Luis Precious and we got Jose Quintana on the mound for the New York Mets. We got Tyler McGill. He is 1-2 with a 1.50 ERA. He has 19 strikeouts within spring, looking pretty decently at spring so far. I want to see what he could do in today's game. If he could be able to go down and make a really good stretch today, he's going to go from what we are hearing at 6.5 innings straight. He's going to probably go a full game for today, and Jose Quintana is also going for a full game today. Jose Quintana is the starter for opening day. Now, if you guys are looking to see opening day's game, it will be on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org. It will be free for all of our followers and all of our subscribers. So you guys can check that out on our website by going to MetsXMFanZone.org. We are going to be doing a whole presentation for a lot of our social media people out there. So if you guys would like to get alternative Met games that gives you no TV providers, that gives you no blackouts ever, that gives you 100% VPN secured live streams, MetsXMFanZone.org is the way to go. It gives you electrifying, just the different alternative to all of these platforms that are out there. MLB doesn't give you blackout. MLB gives you blackouts. MetsXMFanZone.org doesn't. We give you VPN secured streams. That way, you're not getting hacked into the streams. You won't ever have to worry about that. You could take it on the go. You could cast on all devices with this, and we're also going to have an app for you guys, so that way you guys can just narrow into all of the streams that get live streamed on our website, and it's completely app integrated, and you can get it from the Google Play Store, and you can get it from the iOS store, the Apple Play Store, so you guys can get them on the platforms. We will be having an official launch April 1st. So we will have that for you guys if you guys would like to check that out. So let's get into today's lineup. We got two lineup cards. Again, we have both games. We got Miami and the Mets, and then we got the Mets and the Nationals. These are two split squad games. The game that we will be showing you guys today will be the Jose Quintana game. It will feature pretty much all of our Mets lineup, and we're gonna go on, read you guys the first game, and then we'll read you guys the second matchup with Tyler McGill on the mound. And we have for Miami, we got John Birdie playing third base. We got batting second, playing outfield is Dan Myers. Batting third, playing left field is Jesus Sanchez. Batting fourth, playing right field is Aviel Garcia. Batting fifth and playing catching is Christian Betancourt. Batting sixth and playing first is Trey Mancini. Batting seventh and DHing in today's game is Nick Forrest. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Tristan Gray. And then batting ninth and playing second base is Javier Central. And now here is your New York Mets lineup for today's game. We got batting first and playing left field is Brandon Nimmo. Batting second and playing shortstop is Francisco Lindor. And we got batting third, playing catching, which is Francisco Alvarez. Then we got batting fourth and playing right field is Tyrone Taylor. And we got batting fifth and DHing is Sterling Marte. Batting sixth and playing third base is Mark Vientos. Batting seventh and playing first base is Ching Jong Chu. Batting eighth and playing second base is Jose Iglesias. And then batting ninth and playing center field is Harrison Bader. And we're going to go ahead and read you guys the second game. We should be able to have both games. We'll probably do a split screen for today's matchup. I'll get my team on that. But hopefully we'll be able to show both. We'll go back and forth. I'll have my team go back and forth on the games. But here is your second matchup for today's game. Both games are at 110. However, we will have one stream on there for you guys today. But we're going to try to split squad the game for today. And here is the second game for your New York Mets. We got the Washington Nationals, Mets 110. And we got Tyler McGill on the mound, and we got Mackenzie Gore. And here is the lineup for the Washington Nationals. Batting first and playing shortstop is C.J. Alvarez. Batting second and playing right field is Lance Thomas. Batting third and playing left field is Jesse Winker. Batting fourth and DHing is Joey Meneses. Batting fifth and playing first base is Joey Gallo. And then we got batting sixth and playing center field is Eddie Rosario. And batting seventh and playing third base is Nick Seisel. Batting eighth and playing second base is Luis Garcia Jr. And batting ninth is Drew Miles. And he is catching for the Washington Nationals. And here is the second game matchup for the New York Mets, and that's batting first and playing right field is DJ Stewart. Batting second and playing center field is Trey Thompson. Batting third and playing first base is Pete Alonso. Batting fourth and playing third base is Brett Beatty. Batting fifth and DHing is Luke Voigt. Batting sixth and catching is Omar Narvaez. Batting seventh and playing shortstop is Joey Wendell. Batting eighth and playing second base is Zach Short. And batting ninth and playing left field is Ben Gamble. And that is today's matchup for you guys. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been asking on questions on what's been going on with JD Martinez. So as of the news that we have coming into our office, news that that I've been, watching for, and that's what's going on with JD Martinez. Could he be assigned for the New York Mets? I will say it's not confirmed yet, but we do know that the Mets are in high pursuits in getting JD Martinez. The Mets are working out a deal with him. It's just a matter of what this deal is looking like right now, but they are in talks and in communications here in New York on getting him into spring training, getting him into the New York Mets. So that's of what we do know of right now in regards to the news. Now, in regards to pitching, what's going on with Jordan Montgomery, what's going on with Blake Snell, but I will confirm and say that Blake Snell will be going to the New York Yankees. Again, all of the reporters kind of like where he's going to go. No, he's going to the New York Yankees. He's not going anywhere else. The Yankees need that guy. They need that pitcher. And right now, it's looking really promising that Blake Snell will be going to the New York Yankees. Now, in regards to your New York Mets, the Mets will... We're hearing it's possible. We do know that the Mets are in communications with Jordan Montgomery. They're looking to see, if there's something in play there. We do know as of yesterday that Kodai Senga will be going back into into a routine again. They did shut him down for quite a while in regards to the injury and to him being a little fatigued with the shoulder. But as of what we know right now, that he is scheduled to go back onto the program and will be getting ready to go back into the rotation. We're hearing probably by like week 2 of the opening week. So, I mean, this looks really good for Mets because, hey, we know Kodai Senga is our top ace of right now, but it has been confirmed that the New York Mets are putting for opening day Jose Quintana. They think that, that's the way to go with it. I like Quintana. I think Quintana is definitely going to be that guy to just show up. He's been looking really good in spring. He's got 2-1 right now. He's got that 2.50 ERA. He has looked really, really good in spring. Now it's a matter of, can he, show up? Is he going to show up opening day, or is he not going to show up on opening day? But, the Mets, him and the Mets really had a good year last year. I mean, was he in the back of the bus? Kinda, yeah, in a way. He didn't have that, that big talk, but I do think that the Mets are very, very promising on Jose Quintana. I like Mendoza. I think Jose Mendoza is a really good manager. If you guys don't know who he is, he was with the New York Yankees for quite a while. I would say like 8 years. I think he was with the Yankees, came up with the Yankees, was a bench coach with the Yankees. I mean, I think he's a guy that you're going to see going into this season on what he's going to work with. He's a manager's manager, and, next to Aaron Boone. So hopefully we get to see what he could do for the Mets this year. And, I mean, obviously, you got your players that got to go out there and play the games. But, I mean, managing is all about technique, all about strategy. And I think that Carlos Mendoza is going to be a really good manager for your New York Mets. And I would say for 2 years to come, because I really do feel that this guy, he's got that it factor. I can see it already. And I know that when I was down in spring, it looked really good with him, and I think that the New York Mets have something special here with him. And plus, he's got all the techniques of today. He's got the game, he's got the feel. He knows exactly on what he's looking at. He knows exactly what's happening with the pitch counts and whatnot, and how that works. And I think that with Carlos Mendoza, he's the guy, I think, right now. So hopefully we get to see something that he could bring to the table for the New York Mets, and I really do believe that he could do that. And even with all the new additions to the Mets, with Harrison Bader, he could work with him, and has worked with him in the past. Luis Severino has worked with Luis Severino in the past also as well. So if he could bring those two guys together and make them really good in this Mets system, next to Pete Alonso, next to Francisco Lindor, next to Francisco Alvarez, bringing all those guys together, I think that the New York Mets have what it takes to really go into the playoffs this year. And plus, stop ruling the Mets pitching rotation out. I think the Mets rotation is not only really, really good, I say, to least, but I think that this team has good pitching. They got good bullpen. I like what I'm seeing out of the guys that are coming in. Fujinami, I think we need to worry about him and try to get him focused. This guy has great stuff, but however, cannot land the heat. He's landing that heat. He's getting it together, but it's just, he's all over the place. I think his pitching is all over the place, and I think that what our guys need to do is really start focusing in on him and try to get him to just to be a little bit better in there. So I do think that the Mets have what they have, and I think that with the pitching rotation and with the bullpen has a lot to do with it. So I think the Mets are going to be really good. I like the rotation. I like the new additions that the Mets brought in with Zach Short, with Harrison Bader. Because Harrison Bader is going to be your center fielder for this year. So I think with the depth that they got in center field is really good. Marte with a great arm, great fielding. Same thing goes with Harrison Bader. I think Harrison Bader is really good at playing center field. And then, of course, you got, Brandon Nimmo. I think Brandon Nimmo is going to be really good. And then, talking about coming off on the bench, DJ Stewart, Mark Vientos. I mean, has Mark Vientos not been doing a job? No, I don't know. A lot of people are just really worried about the guys coming off the bench. You got DJ Stewart. He could come off the bench. I mean, Mets got a lot of guys that they could put there. I think Trace Thompson is probably going to be on this Mets roster also as well. I mean, yeah. They got really good weapons there. They got good left-handed hitting. They got good right-handed hitting. It's just a matter of gelling everybody together. And I do think that the Mets have what it takes to have a really good playoff run. I think in 2024. So hopefully we'll be able to see on what they could do in getting this team in gear. So. And you know what? Even the pitching, I think with Tyler McGill, Jose Cortana, those are two guys. I think Tyler McGill is going to be coming off of a really good run. He's been looking good in the last couple of starts in spring. He's been working on a lot of good pitches. Same thing goes with Cortana. I think Cortana has been looking really good in the rotation. So those are two guys that could really collaborate in a lot of ways. So and I think that pitching is what makes a team, but hitting is what develops a team. And, with all the guys that the Mets do have, they got a lot of young kids. They got a lot of good hitters. Brett Baty, what are we going to see out of Brett Baty going in today's game, in this year? I think Brett Baty is going to be all right. Let's not get carried away. I know a lot of people get carried away. They're like Brett Baty. No, they go with Mark Vientos. No, Brett Baty's going to be just fine. Do I think Brett Baty has a good swing? I do. I think Mark Vientos has a really nicer swing. But, I mean, I think those two guys, I think Mark Vientos and Brett Baty are going to be two guys, coming into that position this year, and I do think that the Mets have really good value in those guys. It's just a matter of when they're going to turn it on. Yesterday, Mark Vientos went 0 for 4. Brett Baty went 0 for 2. So, I mean, listen, if you got guys that could yin-yang around them too, then I'm not worried. I mean, yes, they're not great hitters right now, but they got good glove work. And that's really all that matters to me, is not giving up too many runs when you're down 2-1. So, and that's why I think a little bit more reliability comes with Brett Baty being there at third base, or Mark Vientos coming there off of third base. But I'd rather have Mark Vientos' bat and have Brett Baty's glove. So I really do feel that those two guys could be really two yin-yangs, and working off on each other could very well have really good depth with field position. No, I don't think the Mets are going to be in fourth place. So again, the Mets are going to. I don't want to say fourth place. I think the Mets are definitely going to go maybe 1 or 2. I don't understand the hatred for this team. And the Mets got a lot of good pitching. They got good depth. They got good hitting. Listen, the Mets don't need superstars. superstar pitching. They don't need it. You can't give me a guy like Blake Snell or Jordan Montgomery. Blake Snell could have a one good solid MVP season, and then he could go and turn it up. Same thing with Jordan Montgomery. He could turn it up too. These guys are not going to be a deal breaker for the New York Mets. Like Sherman Aya, like Tyler McGill. You never know what these guys are capable of doing. So, I mean, with the new additions to the club in the pitching rotation, I think there's a lot of depth there. Again, going with the bullpen as well, having Edwin Diaz back, having his 2 first starts, with having almost 8 strikeouts he had. Yeah, 8 strikeouts he had in 2 starts. I mean, if Edwin Diaz could come back to his true form, we don't have to worry about so much of that bullpen work. I mean, we got a lot of bullpen guys. So, could we see the Mets go 1-2 this year? Maybe, possibly, but not 4th seed. The Mets are not going to go into the 4th seed. I don't think that's going to end up happening. And Pete Alonso is going to remain a New York Met, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going anywhere. He's going to stay a Met, and he's going to re-sign with them at the end of the season. So that's my analysis for today's game. Now, if you would like to see today's game, it will be on our website at MetsXMFanZone.org. Sign up for a plan because we give you free spring training right now. So before, it's a limited time only. We got a couple of games here. So if you check out our website at MetsXMFanZone.org, we give free spring training games to all of our subscribers, and which leads into our play. Now we're going to start April 1st, which will be, and we give all of our members free opening day. So everybody that signs up to our website will have opening day absolutely risk-free. So that's for our show today. If you guys would like to see the coverage, always check it out by going to MetsXMFanZone.org, and you can get spring training risk-free, limited time only. Guys can go and check it out. We have today's matchup will be the New York Mets versus the Washington Nationals. It's a split squad game today. So we got Washington Nationals, and then we got the Miami game. The Miami game will be live on our website. However, we will be switching to both games throughout today's matchups. We'll see you guys real soon. Be safe, be well. Come join us at MetsXMFanZone.org for all of your New York Met live streams, news feeds, and much more. I'm Anthony, and we'll see you guys right here on the MetsXMFanZone Live Podcast, where you get your Mets 24/7.